Today, we're going to be looking at payroll. Specifically, we're going to be looking at spreadsheets in payroll, and eventually you will be making your own spreadsheet that can do most functions of a payroll. Here's just an image of QuickBooks. It is a payroll program that many companies and businesses use. It is connected to the internet too, so that way it can also send out checks, and it's also able to be connected to the government, and that way when you have to send out your T4s, it can help you there. We'll get more into what it is and how it works. So the learning goals today is that by the end of this lesson, the student should be able to explain what a payroll spreadsheet is and its function, identify elements of a payroll spreadsheet, and identify formulas that would be included in a payroll spreadsheet. So what do you know about payroll? I have a video here. I'm not going to watch it now. It's only about 2 minutes long, so if you'd like to pause and open it up, you can. So what do you know about payroll? Well, if you watch the video, it does go in and explain what payroll is, but then it also gets too in depth on all these different things that have to be deducted, such as benefits, vacation pay, and it's just very complicated. But what payroll is a system or process for paying your employees. So this looks at how much they make an hour, how many hours they worked, and figures out how much they get paid, how much gets deducted because of taxes, and like we said, benefits. So it's a system that does all this math for you, and all you have to input is how much they make an hour and how many hours they worked in a week. There's a few examples I'll show you. This is of a sample company of PayrollMate. So just look at it and try and identify elements you see there. So look around this area. Another one just zoomed in a little better. Here we have our deductions. So this is how much money is being taken off and benefits. Here's a more basic one that you'd see on a spreadsheet. So what elements did you notice? So you might have noticed that there's an employee name, usually followed by an employee ID. So the ID just corresponds with the person's name. Your hours worked, so this is how many hours they worked in probably about, usually it's 2 weeks, but some businesses do it weekly instead of bi-weekly. A wage, and the total pay. So what formulas might be included? So think about this. I'm going to go into an example I created, and we'll look at some formulas I added into it as well. So this is just a very basic employee payroll that I created using Google Spreadsheets. You'll be doing something very similar to this. So here we have last names, and we have first names. So the last names, you would put the full last name, but I'm just going to put the first letter. First name, so we have Lucas, Jonathan, Ricardo, Derek, Andrew, Stephen, and Tessa. Hourly wage, this is how much they make an hour in dollars. So Lucas therefore makes $15.50. Hours worked is how many hours they worked each week. So if you see here, I'm going from a 2-week, this is 14 days. We're going from October 10th to October 16th. So he in 2 weeks made worked 35 hours. So if you work 35 hours at each hour being $15.50, he made $542.50. So see the formula here I used is the C4 times D4. So we're just taking columns C4, D4, and we're multiplying it by, or taking C4 and we're multiplying it by D4. Now we have tax brackets. So this here is where our deductions occur. So this is 15%. What I've done here is I've done an if statement. So if E4, which is this one right here, is less than 500, it's going to be 12%. So that means if they made less than $500, their tax bracket is going to be 12%. But if it's not, it'll be 15%, which means if they are over $500 or equal to $500, they will fall in this tax bracket of 15. So therefore, here we have 542. Well, it's greater than 500, so